it's not easy, and there is not a rule to create that, to express that, and to make it work. Because actually, if you think about it, you can make something very something that is not interesting at all. But of course, music, the music that you write comes from other music that you have loved and that you have experienced in your life. So, you start to collect all these emotional experience from the past. And then you start to, hopefully, at a certain point, you start to transform those experiences into yours. Well, my latest album was arrived very naturally. It was during the pandemic. It was during the isolation time where everyone was on its own, and I was in the mountains, part of that, in the Alps. I was with my family there, and actually I didn't have any idea. I think for a moment nobody had an idea of how was going to be our future for this situation of the pandemic. And as an exercise, I was every day I was like sketching an idea of music, but without the idea of making something for the world outside. It was just for myself. I was like keeping a sort of daily diary of ideas. And some of those ideas were good, some were not good, but I just, my goal was to record every day one idea, like when you are sketching something on a paper with your pencil. And after a couple of months, I started to listen again to all those different sketches, and I realized that every 4 or 5 days there was a good idea inside, and that sometimes the beauty of that it was that for the reason that I never thought too much about what I was doing every day. Sometimes I was surprised to have done something that I just forgot about it even a week later. And so I started to look at all those ideas and collect them and choose the best one. And I found that there was a beauty in those sketches that I wanted to record and to develop into an album. I was realizing that sometimes with the life that we are doing, that we are living, you never have time to isolate yourself. All the life is full of things to do, and actually it's very bad for the work of an artist, that you should have time at your disposal, and actually my life is always so busy between concerts, and which I love. But of course I learned from that experience that I should find and open more windows of time without interruptions. I think life in general, it's always a balance that you have to find with yourself, with what you do, and redefine every couple of years what is going to be your new balance for the relation with yourself and what you do and the people you want to be where you want to be, and so it's every time. I mean, it never stops because it's always it's life. You have to rebalance every moment and find the way to stand. I always enjoyed the time spent here, even in the past. This time, I would say even more. I don't know. There's something that I really feel that I'm deeply in touch, in connection with the audience, and I enjoy every moment of the performance and also of the relation with the audience. And also, I think this relation is created by the space, by the whole. The earliest memory, I think, comes from my mother, from my childhood, because my mother was playing piano at home, and she was playing classical music and some of the classic of the piano. So she was playing Chopin, preludes, and she was playing Bach, the Well-Tempered Clavier. Then she was playing some French popular songs, folk songs. But she was playing it in a very peculiar way, because actually the piano was like a very soft piano, and she was not performing for someone, but she was just playing for her fun and pleasure. And so sometimes she was playing over and over the same pieces, but it was like almost for her like a mantra, playing the same preludes, and I think for her the music was like a connection also to her father that she was missing, because her father was a musician too, and he left when she was a little child. He went to Australia, and so I think all her life she was missing her father, and music was a way to recover that loss. Yeah, in a way, music, I think it's a mantra. I think it's a place where you have your emotions, where you have your difficult moments, and where you, in a way, in the world of music, you sort of purify yourself. You engage and you talk with yourself about all your things, and it's a place where, when you're in touch with that moment, things gets better.